What's up everyone, Master Fox here, and the new format is nearly upon us. It's only a day away, so I wanted to take the time to talk about a deck that I think you guys should be on the lookout for as it's coming back with the ban list. Or I should say that it's appearing for the first time, at least in the TCG that is. And the deck that I'm going to talk about today is 3-Axis Fire Fist. So just to put things in perspective, the 3-Axis Fire Fist deck was originally in the OCG in March of 2013. This was the time where the Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks were at full power and running about. In the OCG at that time, the 3-Axis Fire Fist deck was able to take some tops in a format dominated by Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks. So that should give you guys a sense of just the power level of the deck. However, there's some slight differences. Rekindling is at 1 in the TCG and Blaster is banned. So the deck is a little bit different than its OCG version, but it's still just as explosive because you still have 3 Spirit and 3 Rooster to use your 3-Axis plays with. But the deck now, I think in the TCG, has to use Bear alongside Wolfbark to kind of fill in the rest of the deck. But that's no problem because that's actually a good thing for the deck as it gives us access to the rank 4 engine. So I think this deck is definitely something to look out for in the next format. But how do I think it stands against the rest of the decks in the format? Well, Nekroz are probably going to be in a level of all their own after their major competitor, Clifford's, was kind of decimated by the ban list. So Nekroz is pretty much going to be in a tier by themselves, and then the rest of the decks are kind of going to fight over for second place. And there's a lot of decks that have potential, like Shaddoll, Satellar Knights, Burning Abyss. I think all 3 of these decks have a lot of potential for that second place slot. And I think this is where 3-Axis will kind of lie. They'll probably be on the bottom end of the spectrum compared to the other 3 decks that I mentioned, but they still have massive potential. Their plays can end in +3s every turn from even the first turn, because you can go Leopard into either Tanky or Tensu, whatever you need to get to your other combo pieces, and then you can play Spirit and then summon Leopard, go into Horse Prince, summon Rooster from your deck, and then use Rooster's effect and grab another Fire Fist monster. Usually you want to grab Spirit so then you can do the whole thing again next turn. And what Rooster could do is you can use Rooster to cycle Tankies or Tensus for either more Tankies or Gyokos to lock down back row and go in for the OTK. So the deck has a ton of spam potential, and getting out the combos first turn will allow you to continue to do the loop over and over again. And on top of that, the deck still has cards like Rekindling and Soul Charge, which can allow them to recover too. So they have a lot of recovery potential in the deck. And then to top it off, in the TCG variant, we'll probably be running Wolfbarks and Bears, which will give them some monster destruction as well as access to the rank 4 engine, which is a really good toolbox. So I think this deck is going to be a major contender for that second place slot, along with Shaddoll, Satellar Knights, and Burning Abyss. It does have some shortcomings. It's kind of linear. I know there's some minor branching you can go out, but the deck kind of centers around the Spirit, Horse Prince, Rooster play. And so once your opponent understands this about the deck, they can shut it down pretty easily if they have any kind of effect negation or anything to negate your summons. So that's kind of a big weakness of the deck because it has this linear play style. Although I think the supplementation of the 4-Axis part of it with Wolfbark and Bear will help a lot with this. And so that's just my thoughts about the deck of So that's just my thoughts about the 3-Axis Fire Fist deck come the April 1st, 2015 format. I think they'll be a really good deck, and there's actually a lot of hype about them right now because I was just looking on TCG Player and Amazon, and some of their main cards are really, really expensive now. Like, I was looking at Spirit, and Spirit is like a $3-4 card when it was like less than $1 just before the ban list came out. And Rooster is $5 for the Mega Tin version and $10 for the Judgment of the Light version. And cards like Lion Emperor jumped up to like $5-6 I've seen. and Horse Prince is like $11, $12. And Wolf Bark is like $8 to $10 I've seen too. So there's a lot of hype around this deck, and I think it's well deserved. I don't know if those prices will probably stay that high after the first several events. I think the 3-Axis Fire Fist deck is a good deck to pick up. It shouldn't be too expensive even with the hype, and it should allow you to be fairly competitive. So that's my thoughts about 3-Axis Fire Fist come the April 1st format. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.